Hello everybody, this is Tali Berman, autism specialist, and today is part 2 of a 3-part series I'm doing where I'm sort of extrapolating what I see to be the heart of some of the messages in this book I just completed, Uniquely Human, A Different Way of Seeing Autism by Dr. Barry Prezant. If you haven't seen my first video, you can click on that. The link will be right below here. And today, the first one was more about recovery and how he presents the challenge or the disservice of using recovery as a paradigm, which I absolutely agree with. And today I want to talk about something else. And he coins it, excuse me one second, as the importance of self-determination, which I love the way he says that, and something that I think is incredibly important and valuable. So I want to read you a piece that he writes on self-determination for you to consider how you could implement this more in your own child's journey or the child that you work with. He writes, some parents begin thinking about self-determination only when their children with autism are entering adulthood and weighing the options. But the conversation should start much earlier, as early as preschool. In raising, teaching, and supporting young people with autism, we ought to ask constantly, what can we do that will ultimately help this child to lead the most self-determined, fulfilled life possible? That's why it's essential to offer choices whenever possible instead of forcing a particular expectation on a child. The goal shouldn't be to fix the child or make the child normal, but rather to help the child develop the ability to make his own decisions and to exert control over his own life. This is so important, self-determination. And one of the reasons it's so important is because it's so often overlooked and neglected with children or people with autism. So often, with the best intentions, parents or caregivers determine what a child's going to do, what therapies they're going to be involved in, what schools they're going to go to, and have a very scheduled regimen and expect that child to just sort of jump through those hoops without giving them any opportunity to really make choices. Now, this can be small things like, would you rather have this snack or that snack? Would you rather wear this this shirt or that shirt? But also, I really encourage you to give your child the power to choose in even bigger ways. And I'll give you a quick example. There's a family I'm working with who have been doing a home-based program for about 4 years with their son, who's 9 years old, which means he was being worked with at home by a team of people in a playroom. Now, at some point recently, this young boy, 9 years old, communicated through typing that he wanted out of the playroom and he wanted to go to school. Now, the family was not prepared for this. They did not think this was the best situation for him. They purposefully did not put him in school because they thought it would be too much of a sensory overload for him. It would cause a lot of sensory dysregulation. And so they were really hesitant about doing this. But, and we talked about the importance of giving him the ability to have self-determination in his own life. And I suggested, listen, let's give it a try. Even if it doesn't work, even if he quote unquote fails, he'll know that he made a decision, that you supported him in moving forward and that his decision and his opinions impacted the direction of his life. So that's what they did. And we all waited for bated breath to see how it went. And he's doing wonderfully. He's doing amazingly. Not that there's no challenges, there are. And it's not like the school's doing everything the parents would like them to be doing. But this boy is so proud of himself that he overcame that fear. He was afraid to go to school, but he wanted to do it anyways. That he overcame that fear, that he made a huge decision that impacted the complete trajectory of his life and his day-to-day schedule. No, I'm not saying let every kid determine every aspect of their lives entirely, but I do think that there are ways that every single one of us can give our children more power, more empowerment, and more self-determination, and especially children with autism who often aren't given that opportunity. So I would love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on self-determination, and what is one way that either you already give your child the ability to choose or that you'd like to give your child the ability to choose? Any questions you have around that? So scroll on down, join the conversation. I would love to hear from you.